Hello everybody and welcome back to Fifield Junction. I hope you're having a good day. I hope you've all had a really good look. I hope you've all seen the new Hornby 2021 range. I've already looked at it. I looked at it earlier. Really happy with some of the new releases that are going to be coming out later this year. Drop down in the comments below what you're really excited about in the new 2021 range from Hornby. I'm certainly excited about the new First Great Western HST in the coaches. The blue Pullman HST looks really good. Then we've got some new Class 60s and 66s and everything. So basically most of the modern image stuff. I'm really happy to see a lot of that. But let me know down in the comments below what you're really happy to see in the new range. I'm sure a lot the First Great Western HST in the coaches was a big surprise to a lot of you. It certainly was to me. It was something I was hoping for. But really glad they've announced it. But anyway, today we've got another review. And obviously, as you can see, once again we've got another Class 37. I think this is the fourth Class 37 I've looked at now. I know I've done quite a few of them, but I really do think they deserve a lot of the popularity and everything. I think they do deserve to be quite up in the ranks in terms of popularity, because they are really good models, absolutely fantastic things in real life model form. They are absolutely fantastic. As we can see, this is the railfreight general livery one today, obviously DCC sound, and it is a regional exclusive model, as we can see there, and BR railfreight general grey, and it's 37104. Now this model probably doesn't fit my era completely. It's probably not the best fit for my era, but obviously this is more 1980s/90s, and I'm more post 2000s. But I really do love the 1980s. I am going to try and start collecting more 1980s stock eventually. But I really do love, especially the railfreight triple grey, and all of the railfreight sector liveries. I just absolutely love them. And when I saw this, I just thought I have to have that. And this was actually a present. This was a Christmas present. And I would have done it earlier, except unfortunately the shop sent the wrong one. So we had to get that sorted out, because they ended up sending the regular analog DC version, but it was the sound one we ordered. But thankfully they sorted it out really quickly. It was very good of them, and they also sent the brake fan that apparently goes with this particular loco for free as a sorry sort of thing for sending it for mixing up the orders and getting it wrong. So that was very good of them. But anyway, we're finally here. We finally got the correct loco. Obviously Class 37. If we look on the back, obviously you've got the typical information there about the Class 37. Obviously started running in 1960. And then obviously we've got more information in there. If you want to read that information, feel free to pause the video and read it all. But yeah, absolutely iconic locos. I'm sure all of you know the Class 37. I'm sure you're very familiar with it. Obviously, definitely one of my favourite diesels. But anyway, stop wasting any more time and have a look at that. So obviously typical Bachmann packaging that we're used to. Just take out the block of ice, just put it to one side, and obviously we've got the typical rubbish in here. So we've got typical operation and maintenance instructions. Obviously I'm sure we're all familiar with this. So we've got product maintenance and care, and then we've got the actual instructions on the loco itself. You can see all the list of parts if you should need to replace any of them, although very rarely you need to do that. And then obviously here we've got the manual for the chip, which also is the DCC sound. And then we've got the list of all the functions there. And then I believe, yeah, we've got information on each function. So I do recommend you read through a lot of those instructions if maybe you're not incredibly familiar with these models. Obviously I think this is the second model now that I've got with this particular sound chip. It's obviously 37025, which was the last class 37 I looked at. Both of them have got the same sound chip. That's one of the reasons I bought this loco, because I'm actually going to be using it on my network rail test train mainly. And obviously, since both locos have the exact same chip, I thought that'd be one of the good reasons to get them. But also, I just love it because of the livery. So that's what she's mainly going to be on. But if we take off the sleeve there, and then we've got our bag of details. So if we just have a quick look at these, just take down. So obviously it's typical stuff. There we go. So you've got a couple of snow plows. Obviously I'll definitely be fitting one of them. And we've got some more hoses and everything. got a chain link coupling there, and then you've got the DC blanking plates there if for whatever reason you want to convert the loco back to DC. Anyway, we just lift up this, you can get the loco out, a little bit of plastic there, just put that back in there, and then if we just put all the packaging back together, we can get it all out of the way. There we are. This lead back on if it wants to. And there we are, we can put the box to one side, we'll put the details to one side as well. And there we are. And just wow, just look at that. Absolutely amazing. As I'm sure you're very familiar with the Class 37 by Bachmann, they're absolutely fantastic. There seems to be a little bit of resistance there. I don't know if there was something catching. Well, maybe some small cables catching. I think it's at the front. Oh, I think it might be one of the underframe details. Yeah, I think it's that little cable there, as you can see. I think it's ever so slightly detached. That should be fine. But yeah, as you can see, it's 37104. I'm pretty sure this particular loco doesn't exist anymore. If she does still exist, then let me down below. But I'm pretty sure this particular loco was probably scrapped a long time ago now. But she is amazing. The delivery application is beautiful. It's nice, crisp transitions between all the colours. Underframe detail. Obviously, there's not a lot of it. I have a feeling maybe some of these. Maybe some of these cables here and everything, I think they maybe should be white. I don't know, unless they weren't on older versions like this. But it's still really good. It's very well detailed. Obviously you can see the pickups there. Obviously she's got all-wheel pickup, all-wheel drive. She has got no couplings. Obviously the buffers are sprung as well. She has got working lights, as you'd expect. Obviously you've got these two light up white when she comes towards you, and then obviously these two light up red when she goes away from you. There is a little driver in the cab, as you can see there. Obviously that's a standard with Bachmann. Hornby don't do it. Hopefully they'll start doing it at some point, but they don't at the moment. You can see we've got separately fitted handrails there. Nice little aerial on the front there, which is really delicate. Want to be really careful that you don't snap that. As you can see, you've got more grills down the side. You've got the fuel tank there. Obviously not much detail on it, but well, it's not very detailed in real life, really, is it? Obviously, I suppose once you weathered this model, it will be a lot better. Then obviously the same amount of detail on the other bogie, and obviously no driver in this end. Obviously the roof. Obviously we've probably seen better roofs, but it's not too bad. So you've got the fan there, and then you've got a nice etch grill over the top of it. Then you've got the exhaust. But yeah, overall she's not too bad. Obviously, as you'd expect, lots of weight to her, which is good. And obviously these Bachmann 37s, obviously they usually pretty much always perform really well. And obviously she is DC sound, so we can see the logo there. And then we've got the switches, obviously for the lights, if you want to have the option of having the tail lights off all the time, or basically to basically not have them on if you don't want to. And then you've also got the options of basically disabling the cab lights, but that's mainly for DC. But also on DCC, the cab lights have their own function, and obviously for the tail lights though, obviously if you don't want them on when she's pulling a train, obviously you don't need to. But yeah, overall she's absolutely fantastic, really good. I think the next thing to do is obviously put on the track and see how she runs. But obviously she's going to need running in first, but obviously she's brand new, she's never ran before. What I'll probably do this video in 2 parts as well, like I do most of my reviews. So I'll end this video here. I'll get her ran in, and then we'll come back in part 2. We'll switch on the sounds, and we can see her running. Then I'll probably get some shots of her running with 37025 on the Network Rail test train. So thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you in part 2. Bye.